Hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining me. So, today we are going to be discussing a very important topic. Happy New Year. This is my first time coming live this year, 2024. This is my first time speaking to you guys this year. I know it's already halfway through the month of January, but I think Happy New Year is still in order. So please just tell me where you're joining from. Just write the name of where you're joining from. I have something really important for you tonight. So let's know where you're joining from. Say hello to me. Hi, Dareyemi, Belle Muyang, Bola Joseph. Thank you for joining. Hi. Yes, from Liverpool. Hi, how is it in Liverpool? It's very cold in London. Today, -2 degrees centigrade at the moment. Yes, Bola Joseph from UK. Where in the UK are you? Jasmine from Nigeria. Where are you in Nigeria, Jasmine? Ketunji from Lagos. Stilly Babe from Ghana. Port Harcourt. Thank you. Just let us know where you're joining from. From Scotland. Yes, from London. Okay, so today we want to talk about some very important things. I want to go straight to the point. I want to hit the nail on the head, and I just want us to go to the point. So my message, or the title of what we're going to be talking about today, is upgrading. Upgrading for those jobs, for those opportunities in 2024. So 2024 is a year that is full of opportunities, is loaded with so much for you. But how do you take hold of what it has? What are the opportunities that, are currently on? What are the opportunities that are hot at the moment? Yes, please share this live stream. Share this live stream just so that it can be a blessing to someone. Share the live stream with your sisters, with your brother. Hi, thank you, Sylvia from Benin. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you everyone that is joining. Just share with someone. Is this Okweyemi? Okweyemi, where have you been? Where have you been? Where have you been? So you mean you came into the UK without calling me, Okwe? This is not fair. After all we went through together, all those sleepless nights. Okweyemi, you need to send me a DM. I've been looking for you. I couldn't find your DM. Send me a DM. Let's have a chat. Let's know how your last 2 months in the UK, has been. Modupe, thank you for joining. Okay, so let's talk about those opportunities that are available. I will start from the UK because this is where I am. I'm very passionate about the UK. I'm not going to tell anybody, don't come to the UK or ditch the UK. I'm not going to say that because I will be a hypocrite if I tell you that there is nothing happening in the UK. I love the UK. I love the United Kingdom. This is where I lived. I've lived here for over a decade. So definitely there are lots of benefits, staying in the UK, growing your career in the UK, growing your family in the UK. I'm definitely going to tell you that I've had one of the most amazing experiences, living in the UK, growing my family in the UK, growing my career as a civil engineer in the UK, and doing what I do now, growing my business in the UK. So definitely my number one country to relocate to remains the United Kingdom. No matter what the news you're hearing, no matter the policies, guys, the policies are there for your own good. Now, let's look at one policy you can use as a healthcare worker. Mind you, I'm talking about healthcare workers. My title is as direct and straight to the point. This is related to healthcare workers. So I'm going to be very upfront. Now, the government's proposal is healthcare workers cannot come to the UK with their dependents or with their families from spring 2024. That is the proposal. Whether they are going to make good that proposal, whether they are going to go ahead with that proposal, we do not know. But now there is an exemption. There is what? There is an exemption. There is a clause. There is a clause to that rule. That's one of the reasons why I love my dear United Kingdom, because there are always exemptions, there are always clauses, there are always ways around it, I always say that it's neither white nor black. There is always like a gray area. So now let's look at that exemption. You need to be earning £29,000 and above. Last year they said £38,000, but you all know what happened. I'm not going to go into politics, but what it is now is that the government has made a U-turn and now it sits at £29,000 for you to be able to bring your family. And guys, guess what? The good news is that there are lots of jobs that pay above £29,000. Many jobs, plenty of jobs. Come, let me tell you, ask me how. Just come closer. Let me tell you. Ask me how. How am I going to get a job that pays above £29,000 when the current, threshold for healthcare workers is £20,960? So just before I came live, I was looking at the latest jobs on the nhstrackjob.com. Who has heard about nursing associates? So nursing associates are, a group of people or, clinicians that bridge the gap between the healthcare assistants and the nurses. So nursing associate was introduced into the NHS, a couple of years ago. Now you can qualify as a nursing associate from outside the UK. Yes, I said it. You can qualify as a nursing associate if you studied outside the UK. However, your qualification will need to go through the NMC process. You would need to go through some applications. You have to apply through NMC. And as a nursing associate, you can earn up to 32,000, 33,000, depending on which NHS trust you are working. And automatically, that job qualifies you to come with your dependents to the UK. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom. Don't just make a U-turn and say, oh, this is the policy and I'm going to ditch the UK for that reason. No. The UK wants people that are skilled, people that are qualified, people that can contribute to the growth of their economy. That's what they are looking for. So what should your response be? How can I get this nursing associate, qualification? How can I qualify as a senior healthcare assistant? So they are looking for band 4 and above. So for band 4 roles and above, mark you, I said, depending on the trust. I was on the Track Job website. If you have a Track account, you can just put nursing associate and you will see for yourself. So you will see how much, you can earn as a nursing associate. And apart from nursing associate, there are also other healthcare roles that will allow you to come in with your family because you will be earning above, the threshold, which is 29,000. So this is for UK. We're just talking about UK. If you have any questions on UK, on what you think about the policies, on what your plans are, please just ask your questions. So I'm here to answer your questions live and direct. Just feel free to ask your questions. So the UK still remains my number one destination for 2024. The UK remains my number one destination for 2024. If you know what you are doing, the UK remains my number one destination. And I think that this new rule is going to work in your favor if you are skilled, if you have a qualification, because the new rule will help to filter what? The men from the boys. If you understand what I mean. Right now, it's an open market. It's an open playing field. Anybody can apply. Anybody and everybody can apply. You put out a job advert in less than 1 hour, 2,000 people have applied. Tell me, how do you possibly screen through, 2,000 job applications when you are doing it manually? Okay, good. Thank you. So go free. I don't know if I can pronounce your name. I wouldn't even take a shot. What are the qualifications for a nursing associate? So according to the NMC website, the qualification for you to qualify as a nursing associate, you need to what? You need to be earning. You need to have a foundation diploma. You need to have a foundation diploma in a healthcare related course or in a nursing course. So if you studied nursing outside of the UK, if you have a yes, you can bring independence. Yes, you're correct. So let me answer that question. Shodi Gbemisola, I'm just going to see if I can pin your comments, or if I have my admin, they can help me to pin that comments. Yes, so I'll answer it. Okay, so to qualify, basically, you need a minimum of a foundation, diploma that is equivalent to an access to nursing or a nursing associate degree in the United Kingdom, and it has to be approved, so it will go through the NMC application and then they will accept it. So I've called the NMC, I've sent them an email to find out which qualifications they will accept, and I'm just waiting for a response if they will accept the level 3 diploma, because what they asked for is a foundation diploma, and the level 3 diploma, the NVQ3 diploma or the RQF diploma is higher than a foundation diploma. So waiting to hear that. You can get the level 3 diploma here, not online diploma. No, online diploma is not going to work. So not I'm not going to mention names, but not those kind of online or CPD diplomas. Definitely those diplomas are not recognized by the NMC or by CQC. So it has to be a CQC recognized diploma or NHS recognized diploma. Okay. So now let's take a question from Bemisola. He said, do you mean band 4 can still bring in dependents after spring? Yes. Band 4 can bring in dependents after spring. Because, band 4 is earning 28, 29, 30, 32,000. So you can bring in dependents. Yeah, someone asked, Henry is asking, does OTHM level 5 diploma qualify? That's quite a tricky question. OTHM level 4 diploma, level 5 diploma. Why I would say it's tricky is because it's not clinical. So you guys need to understand the difference between a level 3 diploma and a level 5 diploma. Level 5 diplomas are usually managerial. It's for management. So if you don't have any background in healthcare, you just go straight to a level 5 diploma in healthcare management. What are you managing? What are you managing? I feel for you to be a manager, you should have gone through the ranks. So the level 3 diploma is more clinical in nature. So it has things like cannulation, it has the vocational or the occupational competence, the practical side of things. But the level 5 does not have those practical clinical skills. Level 5 is all about managerial, managing people, managing, healthcare systems. So I've not seen the level 5 qualifying, because as a level 5 diploma holder, you do not have those bedside skills. You do not have those clinical skills. So you should, be looking at starting from level 3. Ideally, level 3, level 4 diploma in adult care would be useful, but I would recommend the level 3 diploma. Okay, so let me see if we have any questions. What if you are a registered nurse from Scandinavian countries? How do you apply to Ireland? Okay, darling, we're talking about the UK for now. So I'm just going to pin your comments so that when we start talking about Ireland, then I can answer your questions so that I do not derail. Someone says, I have no nursing experience though. Is it possible to be a nursing associate? No, it's not. You need to have some experience of, studying a course that is equivalent, that the NMC will accept. And currently on their website, it says a foundation diploma. I rang the NMC and they told me that they will accept a UK accredited foundation diploma, and they asked me to send them an email with our TQ UK level 3 diploma if it will be accepted, and I'm waiting on that. But the good news, just for you to know, is that a foundation diploma and above in healthcare or in nursing associate will qualify you to work with the NHS as a band 4 nursing associate. Okay, let's take more questions. What of just a certificate in nursing? What do you mean by certificate in nursing? I only know of diploma in nursing. I have never heard of certificate in nursing. So please clarify what you mean by certificate in nursing. Yes, you must have experience. You can't work in the NHS without experience. So it must be a vocational qualification. A vocational qualification means a qualification that has a practical base, at least 120 hours practical work experience. So you must have worked in a hospital setting, for at least 120 hours as part of your course. So if you have a nursing diploma from outside the UK, then I'm sure it will qualify. You can approach the NMC for registration as a nursing associate. What is the minimum duration of experience? Okay, so let's take other questions now. Okay, so minimum duration of experience, I would say ideally you should have had at least 1 year experience, or the duration of your course. If you are a newly qualified diploma holder or nursing diploma holder, you should qualify for it. They didn't give any minimum duration of experience on the NMC website, so I think you will qualify. Okay guys, so just to round up on the UK before I go to Ireland, then I'm going to move to New Zealand, and then I'll move to Australia. So before we round up on the UK, my advice to you will be, you need to look for those qualifications that are in high demand. You know, you need to look for qualifications that are what? In high demand. Previously, the UK used to do what they call a highly skilled migrant program, HSMP program. So that program was looking for people that had high skills. It wasn't just for everybody. It's possible that there may be a return, because remember, mind you, last year they said they were going to review the shortage occupation list. So you want to be able to target, you know, working towards upgrading, upskilling, and getting, you know, a qualification, a degree, a vocational qualification, or a skill that will be relevant for the UK or the international job market. I always say that if you have what employers are looking for, employers will definitely come to you. They will gravitate to you. It may just be a matter of time, but the employers will do what? Will certainly gravitate to you. Excuse me. Okay, someone says, I can't help you verify. You will need to go through the NMC. But if you want us to help you, you need to come to our 2 weeks class or pay for consultancy, and then we will help you. It's not for free because it takes time. So if you want me to help you, maybe if you have a nursing diploma, or you have a dental therapist diploma, or you have any healthcare related diploma or certificate, and you want me to help you, you want us to help you to verify or to validate it, then please DM us and we'll let you know the fee. We'll let you know our consultancy fee, how much it will cost for us to take you through the NMC process. So we'll be more than happy to take you through that process for a fee, for a consultancy fee. So send us a DM, or if you want to join the level 3 program that is starting in what? In few days time. We're starting a level 3 diploma this month. Then send us a DM. We have few slots left so that you can join this program. Another thing I will say at this junction is that skills like phlebotomy are in high demand. So whether you are already a nurse or whether you have done your diploma somewhere else, if you can add the phlebotomy skills to, you know, to what you already have, that's something to have on your CV. I know lots of nurses that are already in the UK and are trapped. I just use the word, for example, I don't want to use the word trapped in a care home or in a domiciliary care agency, but maybe you came in as a nurse and you are not working as a nurse. It will be very difficult for you to get NHS jobs. We have tried it. You know, we have tried it for the NHS trust that we recruit. We send them CVs, and if you have been working in the UK for, excuse me, more than 6 months as a registered nurse from another country, NHS will not take you on their international nurses program. So you need to be able to demonstrate or prove to them how you have kept abreast of your nursing skills, you know, for them to take you. You need to make a case. So if you're in that situation, I will recommend that you reach out to us, you know, or you join the phlebotomy program. There are some skills that you can add so that you can qualify. Someone said, can I join that program? I'm in Glasgow doing my master's. Are you a nurse? If you are doing your master's as a nurse, you fall into that category. You know, it's really frustrating for those that are already nurses. I can understand, because it's almost like you came to do a 1-year master's and then the NHS is saying they can't take you because you've been out of touch maybe for 1 year or 2 years, depending on the master's you are doing. So if you are doing a master's in something that is theoretical and doesn't have any practical or work placement or hospital placement, then the NHS will not, you know, accept you on their international nurses program. So just reach out to us and then we'll tell you how you can do these skills, you know, that you would include on your CVs to make it even more attractive. Okay, so let's go to Ireland now. Let's talk about Ireland. Yes, the Republic of Ireland remains a favorite destination. It remains a favorite destination. And at the beginning of the year is always a good time to apply, you know, because at the beginning of the year, companies are reviewing, people are changing jobs. People have spent the Christmas holiday, they spent, that time reflecting on what do I want to do. Okay, I no longer want to work for care home ABC. I want to change to care home CDE, and they had time over the Christmas and New Year holiday to apply. So in recruitment, the month of December and February, one would think that they are quiet months, but they are actually very busy months because you experience high staff turnovers, this period. So this period is a very good period for you to be strategic. Companies that were not recruiting towards the end of the year, like October, November, it will surprise you to note that if you approach those companies now, maybe a 1 or 2 or 3 staff left after Christmas, traveled home, did not come back, one thing or the other, and they are desperately looking for, for staff now. So I would highly recommend, especially for UK and Ireland, that this period is a period of high, recruitment activities. So if you are someone that has given up on applications, or you've been tired of applying, you have the required qualification, now it's time for you to dust your qualifications, dust your CVs, and start to reapply again. So there are lots of companies, organizations, care homes in the Republic of Ireland that are recruiting. The good news about Ireland is that they do not have anything like visa sponsorship. They don't. In European countries, what you need is a work permit. Okay, so you need that work permit for you to get a visa to come into the country and work. So the process of work permits in some countries could take time. That's just it. But Europe is straightforward work permit. So whether it's Ireland, Republic of Ireland, whether it's Austria, whether it's Finland, Poland, Croatia, Czech Republic, Lithuania, Estonia, Malta, all these European countries, they have a pool, a central pool where they put jobs. So as long as you are looking for a job in healthcare sector, the only thing I will say is that for healthcare, you want to look at countries that speak English. So that is why in Europe, I focus more on the Republic of Ireland because they speak English. You can also look at a country like Malta. Although Malta is a very small island, so you won't have as many jobs, it's more competitive there. But you can look at Malta, you can look at Republic of Ireland. I know Finland also does take foreign workers, but you need to learn the language. So for now, let's focus on the Republic of Ireland because we know that they speak English, and most of my audience, most of you also speak English. So I would say for Ireland, you just need to make sure you have your QQI level 5. If you do not have your QQI level 5, you can get an equivalent, which is like the level 3 diploma in healthcare support, in adult care, or in health and social care. Once you have this qualification, then you are good to go. You make sure you are applying at least a number of jobs every single day. So there are specific websites for Ireland. It's not every website job that qualifies. So irrespective of companies not giving you a COS, the job must be advertised in a specific way. So there are specific websites where those jobs must be advertised for it to qualify for a work permit. And the department or the sector or the industry body that awards or gives or gives out, allocates this work permits is called the Department of Employment, Trade and Enterprise, DETE. Department of Enterprise, Trade and Employment, DETE. So that is the department that will issue your work permit. But the job must be advertised in certain websites. Of course, I'm not going to put the website. I don't even have a link to give you the website. But there are 2 websites where you can get those jobs for Ireland. There are 2 major websites. One of the websites you can get jobs for lots of European countries. The other website is strictly for Republic of Ireland. For Ireland, you can use agents. They allow agents. You can use solicitors, you can use third-party recruiters to help you get these jobs in Ireland, okay? So they allow it. It's not bound by any red list. That's another benefit of the Republic of Ireland. As far as I'm aware, there are no age restrictions for the Republic of Ireland. There is no English language test requirement, so you don't need IELTS for the Ireland work permit or visa. But each employer has their own requirements. But as far as the Department of Enterprise, Trade and Employment and the Irish Naturalization Service is concerned, you do not need IELTS for the Republic of Ireland. So I believe that the island is a good one to focus on if you can upgrade and upskill and make sure you meet all their requirements. Ireland is very good. Having said that, for Ireland, you can't come with your family or your dependents for the first 12 months. So you can't travel with your dependent for the first 12 months because I think it makes sense. You are going to a new country. You do not know how things work. Maybe you don't even have an accommodation. They don't want a situation where you'll be stranded with little children or you'll be stranded with a family. So their own idea is come into the country, settle into your new job, see if you like the job, see if it works for you, get an apartment, get an accommodation, and then you can start to bring in your dependents to Ireland. So I'll start answering questions on Ireland now. So if you have any questions on Ireland, if Ireland is your dream country, if you want to find out, how we can help you, with, applying for jobs in Ireland. So please just ask your questions. What if you are a registered nurse from Scandinavian countries? How do you apply to Ireland? So if you are a registered nurse from any EU country, the process of application to Ireland is slightly different than if you're applying from outside of the EU. Okay, so it depends on which country you are currently registered. You will need to check with the Nursing and Midwifery Council in Ireland, NMIB. Yes, you will need to check with the Nursing and Midwifery Council in Ireland. So if you have basic skills in healthcare, you will need to have qualification that is equivalent to QQI level 5 in Ireland. In UK is level 3 diploma or certificates. Yes, level 3 is what is required for Ireland, minimum of level 3. If you are going by UK standard. And you know that Ireland and UK, they share a lot of things in common. So your UK certificates will be recognized and approved for Republic of Ireland. Okay, guys, so let's talk about New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand. New Zealand and Australia are two that are not like in the news. Okay, boss lady Bemi, you can apply. We have the level 3 diploma at grammatorial. So if you are interested in that qualification, just reach out to us. And we have a cohort starting in January. So we'll tell you how to apply for it. Martha is asking, can one pay in installment for level 3 program? Yes, you can pay in installment. So we accept installment payment, 2 installment payments. So please reach out to us. Okay. So we're talking about Australia and New Zealand. A lot of people are not really interested in Australia and New Zealand because of the distance, okay? But I think that distance should not be a barrier. You really should be looking at the benefits in that country. You should be looking at what's in need for you. What are the benefits? So let's talk about the benefits in Australia and New Zealand. Number one, they are less competitive than most of the European countries like UK, the United Kingdom, and which other country? And Ireland. So it's less competitive because it's like a gray area. Most people do not know a lot about it. So I would say if you want it, you can go for it. Another benefit is you can get your PR in as little as 2 years. For Australia, you can get your PR very quickly. For New Zealand, the same thing. In 2 years, you qualify for PR. PR is permanent residency. So I would say this is good. And there is no red list. There is no like, oh, you come from a red list country, so we can't recruit you. These countries, they do not operate a red list system. So I would say, it's highly recommended that you go for it. Another benefit is you can travel straight up with your dependents. So it allows dependents, if you are, very interested, you can't leave your children behind, you definitely want to travel with your children, then I would say you need to look into these 2 countries, okay? So First Drake said, not because of distance, Australia is quite difficult I like Australia, but Australia don't like me. What's your experience with Australia? Yes, I know that Australia can be quite challenging if you don't understand how to navigate it. So you must understand the Australian visa system, how to navigate it. You must meet the requirements. And like Drake just said, it's not as straightforward, but it's not also complicated if you know what you are doing. But it's not as straightforward, their visa process. I understand you. And it takes time as well. You need to be patient with the process. So for New Zealand, you need to have a job from an accredited employer. Very similar. These four countries, they have lots of things, in common. You must have a minimum of level 3 diploma in New Zealand qualification. They call it the NZQF. Yes, New Zealand qualification framework. You must have a level 3, and you must also meet the requirements in terms of you must have your passport and of course all other documents for you to qualify and get a job from an accredited employers. The good thing about New Zealand is that they have loads of accredited employers. Guys, they have lots of accredited employers. When you go through the website for where they put all their jobs and just check, the employers that are accredited, you will see that almost 90% of them, 9 or 8 out of every 10 are accredited employers for New Zealand. So you can very easily find accredited employers in New Zealand. You can find there are lots of employers that are accredited by the government, and there is a whole list of recruiters that you can use. So if you don't want to go through all the stress of applying yourself, there is a list of ethical recruiters. There's a list of legitimate recruiters that you can go through that recruit internationally on behalf of companies in New Zealand. So New Zealand can make use of third party. So if applying yourself is not your thing and you want to make use of a third party recruiter, then by all means, New Zealand is for you. And with all the benefits of getting your PRO, your permanent residency, in 2 years, why not go through, all what you say is like, it looks like a difficult process at start. Think about the benefits. Think about where you can be in 3 years' time. Think about what you stand to gain. Don't think about how difficult the process is, how stressful the process is. Find someone that can navigate the process with you, and then at the end, you'll be reaping the reward. Sometimes people only like to share good stories, good parts. Oh, I'm doing well. I have a good job. I'm doing this. But people don't take you through the process of what they went through to get to where they are. That is why most people think that people just arrive at a destination. No, you don't arrive at a destination. It's a process. Maybe because I'm an engineer, I understand process a lot. I understand the process of building a house. I understand the process of building a bridge. I understand the process of building a road because I see it from conception, from when there is nothing, just from an idea. Somebody sketches something. So when you start to calculate to find out if the forces, if the forces are enough, if there's enough capacity in the members for the building to stand, to when you actually start the construction, seeing it up to the finishing stages. So I understand process. Sometimes it takes us 5 years to make a building, 5 years to construct a road, to construct a bridge. It takes a lot of time from conception to reality. So if you know that you are prepared to put in the hard work, you don't want to be scammed. Guys, talking about scam, there are a lot of scammers out there looking to take advantage of people. So don't just go and give your hard-earned money to scammers. Don't give your hard-earned money to scammers, okay? So put in some work, put in some effort yourself. When you come to us, we are not going to do all the work for you. So those people that come and ask me, are you going to get me a job? No. We don't do all the work for you. We prepare you, we tutor you, we coach you. These are the websites you can go to. These are the companies you can apply to. This is what to do. But we will not give you a spoon and also feed you. No. We will not give you a hook and teach you how to fish and also put the fish for you. We won't do that. Okay, so we only show you how to do it, coach you on how to do it, teach you on how to do it, mentor you on how to do it, tutor you on how to do it, but you have to do it yourself. you have to stay awake at night making all those applications yourself. So I'm not going to come here and tell you that we're going to do everything for you. Just sit down, fold your arms, cross your leg, and oops, you just get the job offer. No way. You open yourself to scammers if that's what you are looking for. So if that's what you are looking for, then you just need to keep moving. We are not the right consultants for you. Okay, so let me answer the question from Daniel. Daniel is saying, what's the location of the training? So very good. For our level 3 diploma, it is not just a training, okay? It is a course. Like the same way you go to university, you matriculate and you do a course. Or you go to technical school, or you go to polytechnic to do a course. This is a course. This is not just a training. It depends on what you're asking for. For the phlebotomy, it is a training. It's a 2-day training. And the location for the phlebotomy is in Lagos. However, for the level 3 diploma, RQF, which stands for Regulated Qualification Framework, or the non-RQF, you can do it from anywhere in the world. We have students in South Africa, in Kenya, Nairobi, in different countries in the world, in the United Kingdom, in Nigeria, in Ghana. So it doesn't matter on your location. Distance is not a barrier. There's no location for the level 3 diploma. However, because there is a practical aspect to it, you must have a hospital placement. You must have a care home or a care setting or a hospital setting where you will do your practicals. Because this is a UK course, we as Gramatoria, we do not set the standards. So the standards are set by what? Are set by the awarding body here in the United Kingdom. The awarding bodies that we use are different. So we have TQ UK, we have NCC, we have different awarding bodies. So the awarding body are Ofqual regulated. Ofqual is the Office of Qualification in the United Kingdom. They set the standard, they set how we do it. These qualifications are recognized by the CQC, by NHS, by various countries in the world. So you can imagine it's a very big qualification. It's a very important qualification. You know, so Gramatoria is just a delivery partner. That's just what we do for this qualification. So don't just say if it's training, I will imagine you are talking of phlebotomy. But if it's qualification, then you are talking of the courses RQF or non-RQF level 3 diploma in adult care. So you can do it from anywhere in the world, as long as you can have access to a hospital placement. Now, let's talk about the hospital placement. The hospital placement is so important. And I'm going to tell you why the hospital placement is important. So this course that we offer confers on the award holder occupational competency. So what that means is that someone said no sound. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please just wave or give me a thumbs up or just give me a like if you can hear me. Please, if you can hear me, just give me a like. We have so many people watching. Just give me a like or give me a thumbs up. Okay. Okay, so people can hear me. So you need to check your settings because most people are saying they can hear me. So when we talk about occupational competency, what do we mean? So occupational competency means that you are competent. So a qualified assessor has judged you to be competent. So in our practical placement, we have practical courses like end-of-life care, palliative care, dementia care, cannulation. There is a cannulation, intravenous cannulation, setting up of an IV line. You know, there are so many practical units that you will need to learn. So that occupational competency means that you are competent to carry out those practical units. So an assessor has judged you, has assessed you, and has, marked you or judged you competent, if you understand what I mean. So that is what occupational competency means. If you do a course just purely online, you cannot be, adjudged to be occupationally competent. So that is why the NVQs, as they were previously called, national vocational qualifications, proves to an employer that you are occupationally competent. That not only do you have the academic or theoretical knowledge, you also have the practical experience, the skills and the expertise required of a senior carer, of a senior healthcare assistant, or of a nursing associate. So you will understand that most healthcare courses, most medical courses, most nursing courses, they have like ward rounds, they have like practicals. So practical is a very important aspect of this course. So as long as you have access to practicals, then you are good to go from anywhere in the world to join this course. Okay, so someone is saying, how much is phlebotomy in UK here? How many days for people in UK? So if you are in the UK, the phlebotomy course is 2 days. It's 2 days. But if you want to have the occupational competence phlebotomy certificate, then you need to carry out like work placement, and you need to be signed up to 10 times. So that's the occupationally competent one. But the certificate course is 2 days, and it's in our center in London. So it's 2 days for the London center. The first day is for the theory, and the second day is for the practical. They call it the live blood session. So it's the practical live blood sessions where you are taught how to draw blood, how to set up an IV line, and everything to do with cannulation and phlebotomy. So it's here in the UK. But in Nigeria, the phlebotomy course is in Lagos. So we have just the Lagos Center for phlebotomy course in Lagos. So guys, I think I will be looking to round up now. If you don't have any further questions for me, what I will say is that more care homes have been added to the Australia list. Yes, more care homes have been added to the list for Australia. So if you are interested in Australia, don't sit down on the fence and wait until you start hearing people giving their testimony, I've gotten to Australia, and then you now want to start your process. So now is the time to start the process. Australia announced this visa pathway for aged care in May 2023. So it's not even up to a year. And now most companies, most care homes, most care agencies, they are signing that industry labor agreements, and they are being added to the list. I checked the list last week, and I think about 10 companies, 10 care homes have been added. So you can start to do your skills assessments if you have your certificates. If you have your certificate, start the process. If you don't have your certificate, start the process. It's all about starting the process and not waiting and saying, oh, I should have started last year. The best time to plant a tree is now. Now is the best time. Last year, okay, what happened last year has happened. Now is the best time. Start now. And in 6 months' time, you look back at where you are. You will not be in the same position as where you started from. In a year's time, you will look back and you will see that you have made progress. So the best time is to start now, make progress, keep developing yourself. And the sky even will not be your limits. So that's it for Australia. That's it for New Zealand. The good thing is that you can use agents for New Zealand. They are accredited agents. They are ethical agents. Ireland is the same thing. Ireland, is really good. You need to get your work permit and then your visa. So it's 2 steps and it's a bit longer than the UK. The UK, all hope is not lost. If UK is still your preferred will be to upskill, and if you have the right skills, you will definitely find your way to wherever you are going to. So from me to you is, I wish you all the best. I pray that this year, you will get to your destination. You will take actions that you need to take. You will not be slow in taking actions. You will maximize all the opportunities that you have, and you have a blessed year with lots of testimonies in your job career and in your job search. Take care. Good night. God bless you. Bye.